It's the calm before the storm. I just got an emergency alert about it, guys. Yeah, I'm talking about Hurricane Helene, which is touching base off the coast of Florida as I hit record. Ironically, I spent today trying to do some kayaking. I didn't have to leave the land for the water to come to me. I did find sanctuary right now at a campground in Wake Forest, North Carolina. The storm is supposed to come during the night, but I'll start by giving you guys a little recap of how my day has gone so far. I slept at a KOA campground last night, KOA. They're so crazy overpriced. This was $70 to stay here for like nothing. We're all on top of each other. There's no privacy. But I really wanted a shower and I wanted Wi-Fi. I wouldn't have gotten that at a truck stop. The Wi-Fi so I can do some editing and stuff and not spend all my morning. And yeah, there's a hurricane that's supposed to touch ground today, and I am right in the path. I need to figure out whether I should keep going to Tampa or like veer off to the side. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I think today is gonna be a wild ride. If there's one redeeming quality about the KOAs though, it's that you can just show up in the night. You don't need to reserve it in advance. Unlike Massachusetts state campgrounds, you have to reserve something by 1 p.m. or they will turn you away even if they have vacancy. Here, you just show up, put your money in an envelope, go to your spot. It's as easy as it could possibly be. I don't know if it's worth $70, but still. I've got boat fever. I haven't been on the water in 2 days. I'm just not a fan of kayaking on the ocean. Turns out where I slept last night at that KOA is something called the Tar River. It's the same river that empties into Savannah. It's supposedly the best kayaking river in North Carolina. I had no idea. Pure fluke. Right at the edge of the town I slept in, which is called Rocky Mount, there's a park called Sunset Park. Great name for a park. Not sure about the boat launch. It's a little bit sketchy. I'm right next to a power station. The current is so fast right here. I've never been on water this fast. I'm definitely going upstream first. Question is, how far upstream can I get? The day's still young and I want to do as much as possible. That hurricane touches ground in Florida tonight. Well, actually this afternoon. It might come here while I'm still on the water. I'd rather the water be below me rather than on top of me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get as much kayaking in as I can before that happens. I hope you all just enjoyed the shortest kayaking video I've ever produced, clocking in at 0.0 seconds. Yeah, I didn't even have time to film. That current was so strong, I could not make any progress. I was throwing the eye of the tiger into it. So I've got boat fever right now. What I think I'm gonna do is start heading towards the Tampa area. Not to get to Tampa tonight while the hurricane is touching down, but just look for another boat ramp type place so I can get this out of my system soon. So I'm at Olmsted Park just northwest of Raleigh. Here's the problem, folks. It's starting to rain in about an hour. No point in boating. Trying to dodge the path of this hurricane, I feel like a goalie during a penalty kick. I'm like, it's following every which way I move and parry, whatever. I'm gonna try to get a campground reservation at Falls Lake, which is north of here, and hunker down in Raleigh for at least tonight. I decided to get off the road. I'm at Falls Lake State Campground tonight, which is in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Trying to find my spot. Here we go, number 46. Oh, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna want to turn my vehicle around though. I feel like I just unintentionally won the lottery. This campground is awesome. The lake is right there, Falls Lake. I've got a really cozy spot right here. I could just take my boat down there if I wanted to. I think I might actually go hiking. There's dozens of miles of trails here, and I feel so much less stressed out right now that I know I have a place to sleep tonight. That hurricane is going to be passing through during the night, and I did not want to be like in a parking lot when that was happening. It was scaring the hell out of me. Anyway, Wake Forest, North Carolina looks really pretty. Can you imagine me taking my kayak up this little creek? I feel like it's just wide enough. Oh yeah, this would be magical. In an old video of mine, I talked about the driver's dilemma, having too many choices and not knowing where to go. In that video, I told people to just pick a direction within 5 minutes and don't look back. I find myself in a similar situation right now with this hurricane. I don't know whether to go east or west. They keep changing its path. I don't know whether to go north and escape it or south and recover some vacation time. I just drove in a giant circle today. I guess that's how you know you're on vacation. I can afford to waste that kind of time. But really, what this feels like is the calm before the storm. I don't really know what to expect, and I don't know what to do. The storm is starting to make landfall about now. We're getting like the precursor rain right now, I guess. But the light is just phenomenal right now. I love it. The clouds are kind of breaking. There's a mixture of, I don't know, 2 different cloud fronts or something, doing something really cool in the sky. If I can get a campfire going in this, I can do anything. I told you I could get that fire going. I also made a really cool fort to protect both my laptop and my Jaggery. I am editing outside tonight. Ironically, this calm before the storm here at this campground in Wake Forest, North Carolina, this is the most at peace I have ever felt. I think when I go on vacation, it takes me like a week to truly untether. I felt that for the first time today. And the Death Star experienced that too, because it drove in a giant circle today. I did not look at the map. I did not plan that. That tells me that I need to calm down. Everything is going to be cool. Tomorrow might be, I don't know, it's going to be a lot of water, and I'm going to be hitting it head on either way. There's no escape now. But tonight I'm going to edit, listen to the rain and the crackle of the fire, and have the most peaceful sleep ever. I slept great, although they have one of those push-button showers here in North Carolina. Not a fan of those. As for the hurricane, it touched ground during the night, and it moved mostly eastwards of where I am. Hunkering down here on the North Carolina-Virginia border for 3 days turned out to be the safest thing to do. But I want to make up lost time. I really want to be in Tampa this Saturday night, which is tomorrow. Today, I have a 10-hour drive to get there. I'm going to try to do that. It will involve driving through a little bit of the storm. I'm just going to brush by it. Not sure what that means the roads are going to be like. I've driven through some crap before, so I feel like I should be able to handle it. Look how gray the skies look. The sun's been up for a few hours. It started raining cats and dogs as I was in Dunkin' Donuts editing. I need to make a mad dash back to my van right now. The wind is starting to pick up a little as well. And just like that, I am immobilized. There's so much water on the ground already. Right there. I don't know if you can tell, but that's like 8 inches of water right outside my door. Just getting into my van, the water came up to my shin. I'm not sure what to do. It looks like it's already flooding right here, and I got another emergency alert while I was in Dunks editing. Should I just hunker down here for a while? Should I try to drive? I've got 10 hours to go to Tampa, but I don't know. So right by the Dunks I was at, I noticed there's a little shopping mall that has a Dollar Tree and other stuff. Figured I'd at least kill a little time getting some supplies. I'm all out of paper towels and a bunch of other critical van life stuff. I think that was a good use of time. Hard to find water by the gallon in North Carolina. Dollar Tree doesn't carry it, I guess. Anyway, it's actually kind of brighter right now than it was before I started my walk. I was probably in there an hour, and the rain has tampered down a bit, so I'm gonna continue the drive to Tampa. I think I'll be more or less okay. Van life would not be possible without paper towels. I go through a roll a day of these things. They're just good for everything. And ever since I stopped using a floor carpet like a mat, yeah, I'm just bare wood now. I find myself wiping this multiple times a day. I just don't like it being dirty. For one thing, I have that OCD bug, but water destroys everything, and I just don't want it sitting on the ground in here for even a couple of minutes. Here we go, Bucky's World. Well, the skies sure opened up after that storm front passed, but the roads didn't. I've been driving for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and 1 hour of that, I was just in a traffic jam. They closed a lane on I-95. I hate driving I-95. I stopped at one of those Bucky's places. Not a big fan. It's so crowded inside, and for having so much diversity of products, all they have is plain-ass coffee. I couldn't get anything with flavor. The first gas pump I tried to use did not work. And I've also heard this place is very hostile to overnight parking. So it's like not a true truck stop. Hopefully the last Bucky's I'll go to. Right now, I still have 7 more hours of driving due to get to Tampa. I cannot stand driving all day. I hope to avoid this. I might stop somewhere in the Jacksonville area, or maybe even before I get to Florida, just to pull over for the evening. Rest area for convenience of motorists. Area is not to be used for camping, overnight parking, sports. Wait a sec, there's no comma between parking and sports. It was either last year or the year before, or the year before that I was at a rest stop just like this where they have grills and stuff. I think my conclusion at the time was, this is absurd. Who would ever want to cook at a rest area on the interstate? I've come around on that notion. I am liking this one a lot in South Carolina, right at the visitor center. I would love to do a meal prep session here. Cook a week's worth of food all on one of these spots. Do you think I would get trouble for that? Do you think they patrol for that sort of thing? As for tonight, I still have 500 miles to go to get to Tampa. So I'm just going to drive as long as I can until I get tired and try to pull over at maybe a rest area just like this. You can park overnight at these rest stops. You just can't play sports overnight, but you can park overnight. I learned that from the sign. So I just got another emergency alert text message. The next exit I'm about to go through, which is still about 3 hours from Tampa, I'm somewhere in Georgia, has a curfew from 9 p.m. until 7 a.m. It didn't say why. There's no lights on anywhere. I'm wondering if it's because there's no electricity. I don't know. Very strange. I do know that I am getting tired. It's after 10 p.m. I need to find a place to sleep. Yeah, I'm getting a little concerned. So that emergency alert freaked me out. For one thing, it's kind of weird. What kind of American city issues a curfew for like no obvious reason? Maybe it's related to the hurricane, but also it kind of snapped me into reality. It was 10 p.m. I've been driving since 1 p.m. I've been driving that long, and I need to find a place to sleep. I found this welcome center that's about 20 miles north of the border with Florida. I don't know how they feel about overnight parking, but I know when it's time to tap out. I am going to cash out here tonight. The thing is, after you keep driving after 10, I'm just going to need to sleep more in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, the earlier I can go to bed, the earlier I can get up and leave. So it doesn't save me any time to keep driving tonight. I'm going to walk around here and maybe use the bathroom. Yeah, I need to get off the road. So this rest center has a lot of lots for me to choose from. I might choose this one up ahead. It's just kind of more off the path compared to where I am. Over here, well, I thought that van was going to stay the night, but I guess not. So that van I thought was about to leave pulled into that parking lot I was just debating on pulling into. He's pulling right underneath the no overnight parking sign. I think that's great. He knows what he's doing. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm pulling right into here. What a wild ride these last 24 hours have been. 3 emergency alerts. I dodged a hurricane just barely. Almost got flooded in at a Dunkin' Donuts. Drove somehow for 8 hours today. And now I'm cashing out right underneath a no overnight parking sign. I hope tonight goes okay. I think the lesson here tonight, folks, is there's a diminishing returns with driving late into the night. You may think you're covering distance, but it's just more you're gonna have to sleep in the morning. And I think with van life, with stealthing, like I'm doing right now, getting up early and leaving early is a key piece of that puzzle. So I'm tapping out at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I should be in Tampa. I still somehow have another 3.5 hours of driving to do. I don't know. I hate I-95. But I survived the hurricane. I survived all these emergency alerts for now. Something might happen during the night, but that'll be the next video. Thanks for tagging along, everyone. Peace out.